August 7th is going to be 1 year. So this is going to be my 1 year transformation. Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. 1 year. 1 year I have been on this journey. And it blows my mind because I have never ever stuck to a keto journey, to a weight loss journey, to anything as long as I have with this. And I have never committed to it. I've never made that, or I've never stuck with that commitment before. And I'm super excited to share this video with you because it's my 1 year mark. I've made it an entire year, my 1 year transformation, right? And while I still have work to do, I still have pounds to lose, I have come so far. So yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do for my 1 year video. I didn't know if I wanted to do a video on, giving tips on how I'm losing the weight and things like that. But I realized that I've made so many of those videos already. I have a lot of videos on weight loss tips. I have keto tips. I also have lots of videos on egg fast and beef and butter and carnivore. So what I've decided to do is I created a few playlists for you guys. And I will link them at the end of this video in the cards. You can click on whatever playlist you're interested in, but I'm gonna just group them together. If you're looking for tips and motivation, things like that, or if you're looking for egg fast videos, recipes, results, beef and butter fast, carnivore, things like that, just to kind of kickstart your weight loss or get through a plateau. And also I have keto recipes and keto meal ideas and what I typically eat on my journey. So I will put those in its own playlist as well because I do truly want to help each and every one of you be successful. And so sharing my journey and sharing what's working for me, I'm hoping that it just inspires you and gives you guys some ideas on how to be successful too. So I will just put all of those in separate playlists for you guys, and I will link them at the end of this video, also in the description below, so you can just check them out there too. So before we get into the results and sharing a couple NSVs with you, I just want to talk about doing hard things. That is the topic for today's video. You can do hard things. I can do hard things. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I have 2-year-old twins and a 4-year-old. Jack and Riley turned 2 in June, Ozzy turned 4 in January. And probably about March, April, May, like that area, maybe even a little before that, I kind of reached my point of being majorly overwhelmed, burnt out, mommy burnt out, which I thought I was. I reached that point of it just being so hard. Like taking care of kids is stressful anyway, whether you got 1 or 10. Being a parent is stressful, right? And having 3 littles this close in age and this young, it just became really hard, really overwhelming. And I was trying to do it all, I was trying to do everything, and it just got to be too much. It just got to be too much in my head. And so I remember kind of complaining, really venting, to my husband and to my mom, and just saying like, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's too hard. It's too hard. Thinking that I reached my breaking point, like the point that, okay, it's just I can't do it anymore, you know? Like I'm just gonna do what I can and just hope for the best, you know, and hope that I make the right decisions and hope that I you know, don't fail as a mom and, you know, whatever. June 27th of this year, I woke up with a pinched nerve. I had pulled my back out the day before and I had a pinched nerve. It hurt, but it wasn't like bad, you know, it was a pinched nerve. It's not comfortable, whatever. I felt it in my sciatic nerve. And so I felt like, okay, well, if I just suck it up, you know, and I just wait it out, it's gonna get better, right? That was June 27th. It is August 7th, and I am in more pain than I ever have been. And it has been so long. 6 weeks I have had this back pain and sciatic nerve pain. I've been to the chiropractor 5 times. I have my 6th and 7th one scheduled for this coming week. And after my last appointment, I am actually in worse pain. So it's still pinching the nerve. It hasn't unpinched and we just aggravated it even more. So at this point, I'm probably gonna need an MRI. That is what we've been talking about to figure this out. He said that I have a bulging disc and it's just the most painful thing. So I'm not making this video for a feel bad for me, pity party for one over here. I'm making this video because a few months ago, I thought I was at my point of like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Like it's just too hard. And then it just kept getting harder and harder and harder and harder. And every time I think that I can't do it and I think that it's just too much, I can't do anymore. It can't get any harder. It gets harder. My point. We can do hard things. Even though it keeps getting harder for me and harder, I keep going. Like I keep doing it. I can't stand here and say I can't do it because I'm doing it. Does it suck? Yeah, it's really, 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 really hard, but I keep doing it. I keep going. I keep pushing. I keep fighting. And when we're talking about our weight loss journey, you know, we may have easy days. We may have easy weeks. Sometimes, but there really is no easy part of a weight loss journey. And that is what my journey is all about, you know, and this channel is all about showing you what a real weight loss journey truly looks like. It is freaking hard. It is hard work. It is discipline. It is commitment. It is consistently putting your health first, making mistakes, but bouncing back from them, learning from them, forgiving yourself for them, and just getting back up again. That is what a true weight loss journey is all about. It's not just consistently losing weight every single week. It's not just, you know, eating the right things all the time and getting your exercise in and making healthy choices all the time. No, we have that battle in our mind constantly, and that is hard. And I know a lot of you have been in that moment where it's like, probably many, many times, just like I have, where you've been in that moment where you just feel like you can't do it anymore. You can't do it. It's just too hard. It's just too hard. I'm telling you, you can do this. You can. And I truly believe that God has allowed this to happen to me for so long to kind of wake me up in a few different ways. Number one, I need to get stronger. I need to get stronger. I need to work on my core. I need to work on my strength because I can't have this happen to me again. I need to get stronger. But number two, like he's proving to me that I am capable of so much more than I ever thought. So much more. And also the third thing, he wants me to tell you that too. You are capable of so much more. And you know what? When we can't find the strength to go on, that is when we turn to him. That is when we lean on him for strength. And he will give it to us. He will help us. He will help us through that storm. He will take our hand and he will guide us. And sometimes he'll just have to carry us. Like recently he's been carrying me for sure. But we don't have to do this alone. And losing weight is hard. It is so hard. And it's not even the physical parts of it. I mean, yeah, it could be hard, but it's the emotional. It's the emotional part. It's the emotional battle that goes on in our heads, in our minds, you know, that war that we have, you know, like we ask ourselves a lot, is it even worth it? You know, like if we're not seeing results that we want to see, is it even worth it to keep going? Like I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Like I want to eat food. I miss those foods that make me happy. But you know what? They're only going to make you happy for like a few minutes. Maybe even less than that. And then you're going to feel even worse than before. So it's just not worth it. The biggest thing that I have learned in the past year is that it is okay to not be perfect. It is okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make a lot of mistakes. It's okay to fall down. It's just not okay to stay down. That is what I've learned, and learning how to forgive myself when I do fall down. Because when you forgive yourself and you don't beat yourself up, the shame is gone, the guilt is gone. You just get back up and you try again. I've fallen down a lot in the last year, but I always get back up. I always get back on track, and that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. We just have to consistently keep going. All right, guys, so I did say in my last video that my 1 year goal was to lose at least 70 pounds. So I was at 69 pounds last week. So I just wanted to lose 1 pound this week to reach my 70 pound goal. So did I do it or did I not? Drum roll, please. I don't hear anything. So this week, I did not lose 1 pound. I lost 2 pounds. I was 220 for my weigh-in this week. So I actually lost 71 pounds total in the last year. I am so happy with that. Super stoked about 70 pounds in the last year. And I am down 154 pounds from my highest weight. So I have 46 pounds to go to hit my scale goal. So going forward in the next year, my plans are to continue keto, obviously continue on this path, but also to get stronger, to add in more exercise, to fix my body and what's going on, and just to get stronger and just build my core. I really, really, really need to focus on that. I need to stop making excuses. So that is what I'm gonna be focusing on in the next year. Also, I wanna lose the last 46 pounds. And once I reach Wonderland, which is only 21 pounds to go before I'm in Wonderland, how freaking cool is that? Once I hit Wonderland, I'm going to be setting up a consultation with a plastic surgeon and discuss skin removal surgery and see what I have to do, how much more weight I have to lose, where I have to tone up, or whatever I have to do to get surgery, which is going to be another chapter of my journey. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe and follow my journey, taking you guys along for the ride for everything. So all right, let's talk about a couple NSVs that I had this week. One, my husband and I had our 10th anniversary on Thursday. And I mentioned at the last video, we were going to Olive Garden. And I said that I was gonna be having pasta, and then I was gonna be having, foods that are not good for me. Obviously, you go to an Italian restaurant, you don't really have a lot of good, healthy choices. So a few of you actually commented on that video, and thank you for being kind, by the way, because there are some haters out there and people can, not say the nicest things sometimes, but you guys were just so great and you were really kind about it. But you made some suggestions and said, you don't have to get pasta when you go to an Italian restaurant. And I automatically had it in my mind, like that was gonna be a cheat day. We're going to Olive Garden and that's our place. And the reason why we're going to Olive Garden is because that's where we had our first date. So it's special to us and that's what we do, it's our tradition. And so you guys kind of woke me up though, because I was gonna have pasta. I was going to have my chicken fettuccine Alfredo. That is what I always have. And I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? Like if I want to change, if I really truly want to transform, then I need to start doing things differently. I need to start thinking differently. And so I knew I wasn't going to be 110% perfect there, but I realized like I don't have to just, make all bad choices, right? So normally in the past, I'm the type of girl that I will order, the chicken fettuccine Alfredo with like extra Alfredo sauce. But I would have like 2 to 3 breadsticks because they're so freaking good, right? So we got to the restaurant and I did order this soup, which is definitely not keto because it does have beans in it. It does have some pasta in it, but it was really, really good. And I had a quarter of a breadstick. Now, this girl would have 2 to 3 breadsticks. I had a quarter of a breadstick. So no, it wasn't healthy for me, but man, that is an NSV for me. That is a non-scale victory because it just proves that, you know, like I'm different. I'm different. Also, for my main dish, guys, do you know what I ordered? I ordered grilled chicken margarita is what it was called. It had tomatoes, mozzarella, basil pesto, and a lemon garlic sauce. And it came with Parmesan garlic broccoli. And guys, I never would have ordered that before. I would have always gone for the high carby meal. NSV. And it was just like, and it was good. It was yummy. Like I enjoyed it. And I actually ate one of the chicken breasts for lunch and I had the rest for dinner that night. So yes, I had a quarter of the breadstick and I did have the soup and lots of the salad. Salad's so good. But it was just, I was so proud of myself because it just proves that I can do this, you know? I can do this. I can do hard things. Going to an Italian restaurant and not ordering what you want is hard. That is a hard thing, but I can do it. You can do it. We can do this. We make choices every single day. We have decisions every single day, and it's up to us to make the best one. You know, we don't want to set ourselves back, and that would have set me back. That would have set me back, and it would have discouraged me and made me feel gross, you know? And I didn't feel gross. I didn't feel bloated. Every time I went to Olive Garden in the past, I would feel so overly stuffed and just blah, I'm bloated, you know, because all the pasta and the carbs, and I didn't feel it this time and it felt really good. I was full, but satisfied. And it's just, those are the moments that I need, you know, consistently doing that. So thank you guys. Thank you for making those suggestions because it truly helped me this week. And I just love that we're all in this together. So thank you. I also forgot to share for our anniversary, my amazing husband brought me to the same place that he proposed to me 10 years ago. And he got down on one knee and he surprised me with a brand new wedding ring that I am like just in love with. Isn't it gorgeous? Also, I wanted to share with you another NSV. The other day I had a cheat day, okay? And when I say cheat day, it's because it's not keto. But I want to tell you what my cheat day was. Now, my cheat days usually consist of, you know, carbs and bad processed, refined sugars and crap and gross stuff that make you feel nasty, right? Those are typically my cheat days. I wanted to have some carbs one day. And I did have a piece of toast in the morning. Because I took some Motrin for my back pain and I just wanted to eat something with it. So I had a piece of toast. And so I'm like, well, today's just kind of gonna be a carb up day. And I chose to eat good, healthy carbs that are not typically keto, but good, healthy carbs all day. And it was a cheat day. It was a keto cheat day, but it was like the first time that I used a cheat day to actually eat good, healthy carbs. You know, I just feel like I'm on the road to fixing my relationship with food. And that is my goal. You know, like I am going to have days like that throughout my journey where I do decide to have carbs, but they don't have to be the nasty, gross carbs that we don't need. None of us need. None of us need sugar. None of us need those bad, crappy foods. We just don't. So choosing to eat like good, healthier carbs, I really think that that is going to help me fix this relationship, fix this bad relationship that I've had with food for 40 years. So another NSV. Just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, guys, I think that is it for this video. I didn't want it to be super long, but I think it kind of is long. I hope you guys are still sticking around. So make sure to subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment below. Like this video if you did like it. And thank you so much for being a part of my journey, for all of my subscribers that have been with me for this entire time, and for all my new subscribers that are joining me. I appreciate you guys so much. I do have a support group on Facebook called The Shrinkables that you guys should definitely check out. Just a great group of people who want to be healthy, both physically and mentally, and we just want to do it together, give each other support and ideas and accountability. It's not just a keto group, it's for absolutely everybody. So that link is below if you want to check it out. And if you want to follow me on Facebook or Instagram, those links are below as well. And also stay tuned for my next video because I am going to be doing a product review for a new protein powder. So yeah, super excited about that. So definitely stay tuned for that video on Thursday. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week and I will see you at the next video. Stay safe and choose health. Bye, guys. I've gotten up more times. That's so stupid. That doesn't even make sense. All right, guys. So I did say at the All right, guys. So I did say. So we got to the restaurant. I don't know. What am I saying? So it had tomatoes and it had Parmesan. No, wait, shh. I do have a Facebook group on Facebook. Hey, did you know that? I am like all over the place. Seriously. I don't even know if I'm even making sense.